that many bank deposit accounts do not accept investments from local authorities. Now, this has always been a problem in the sense that you're limited to where you can invest. And so, therefore, at the end of your report, you obviously have given us a list. Do I take it that all of the banks and others that you have put on that list, they will accept investments from local authorities?
Yes, that's my understanding from internet research. Clearly, the next stage would be to go to those institutions and make sure. But I'll come on. There is another way that gives us that assurance that I'll come on to later about using a cash investment platform, because they've already pre-vetted, if you like, the institutions to see what types of deposits that they use.
It was some of those I'm not sure that I've actually heard of, but yeah, that was Thank you.
They're all pocket ones. I was just to say, just what I was going to add, Martin, because as you know, there are a couple of platforms out there which basically take all their hard work out. They do, these platforms are like a front end, and they do deal with local government, but they'll only present you with the accounts and the institutions that are actually local government compliant, or will deal with local government. So it takes the work out of it. There's obviously a small commission fee that goes with it, and it's a question of whether that just it's also obviously also more flexible as well, because you've got all of your accounts on one screen, so you can kind of move them around a lot more quickly, kind of thing, rather than having to go to 6 or 7 different institutions to sort of negotiate with them. So anyway, it's probably worth having a look at it. Let's
jump to that straight away, because I've done a bit more. I've done quite a bit of work on the last days, although it alludes to in the report as well. Yeah, you're quite right. I mean, in terms of what the platforms offer, clearly it's ease of access rather than having to maintain 8 or 9 different passwords and accounts, which is time consuming. You have one. They do pre-vet the societies and banks to see which accept local deposits. They also provide credit ratings, which is very helpful as well. They provide a Finch credit rating. So there's a number of advantages to using a platform that basically the menu system lets you choose and presents you with the rates that are available. And as their selection is probably larger than you can do yourself without infinite time available, you may well benefit from some higher rates, because you can pick you can piggyback off their research rather than do your own. So yeah, I do think investment platforms are worthwhile. I've looked at 3 investment platforms, and they broadly offer a similar spread of deposits and institutions. I've talked to 1 or 2 in detail, and their main difference is the level of fees. They were both initially wanting to charge 0.25%, which is quite a fee if you think that you're only going to get 45% on average on those deposits. One of them is all volunteered to drop that charge down to 0.15%, so they are a clear winner in terms of the yield. But if I can just share a spreadsheet with you on that, just see if I can find it. Can you see a spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Spreadsheet. So what I've done here is that I've looked to say, if we did our own work and investigated each and every deposit ourselves and tried to get the biggest yield, we could on the cash balance we've got get about £2,300 of interest a year at current rates. If we use, I've looked at the 2 investment platforms, Insignis and Flagstone, the 2 that I've had detailed discussion with. If we use Insignis, what they're estimating is we get about £1,500 worth of interest a year after their 0.15 of fee. And Flagstone is lower because their fee is still higher. So there's about an £800 cost in using a platform. I'll just get rid of that now. So there's about £800 cost in using a platform, but I think it's worth it in terms of having the choice of investments, the ease of use, and the information that it gives you around which banks and insights accept local authority deposits and which ones and what credit ratings they are. So my proposal would be to use an investment platform through which we route these deposits. The one exception is possibly instant access funds, which we would use a money market account, a money market fund. At the moment, the money market funds are not generating proposal is to invest 300,000 on longer term deposits, 180 on instant deposits, the balance of funds, whatever that may be, in various institutions. And it is important to spread because we're not covered by the financial compensation scheme, being now a larger local authority. So we'd probably say no more than £100,000 of deposits with any one institution. And use a money market account, or at least open a money market account to keep at least £25,000 in, so we can benefit from spot rates should those rates be attractive. And that package, easy to administer because you're using a fund platform. Slight cost to doing it, but that's saving is more paid for in terms of administration and ease of access.